We're ready to rumble. We recognize Thanksgiving as a time of togetherness, bonding, bringing family and friends together in the confines of our homes to spread cheer, joy, and laughter. But the week of Thanksgiving also brings us high school basketball and rivalries that tip those emotions in other directions. And that's exactly what we have for you on this Monday night. Good evening, everyone. Alongside my broadcast partner, Bob Messlem, I'm John Cupo, and we're excited to bring you this non-conference matchup on the IHSAA Sports Network between two teams with no love lost amongst each other, regardless of the time of year, as it's the Cougars of Carroll playing host to the Eagles of Faith Christian. Tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. Healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And a Mulberry Telecommunications and their Mintel Fiber Optic Services, offering the best gig in town. Going to bring in my partner, Bob Messlem. And Bob, we're going to see three dynamic scores in this one, so there'll be no shortage of buckets. Are we looking at a game that is going to come down to who makes that one crucial stop?
I think transition is going to be a big key in tonight's game because both teams like to push the ball.
And we'll get to our keys of victory, or our pregame show. I apologize, I'm all over the place today. It's our Day and Genda Funeral Home pregame show, putting family first. But our keys to victory, Bob, brought to you by JM Marketing and their mobile charging stations, offering your business the opportunity to easily reach a wide range of local consumers at different strategic locations. Learn more at jmmarketinggroup.com. And what are those keys, Bob?
Well, I think tonight we have youth versus experience. On the Carroll side, 5 of their top 6 players are seniors, and conversely, on the Faith Christian side, 6 of their top 9 are freshmen or sophomores. So I think that's one of the keys. And then the thing, you got star power. You know, for Carroll, you have Wagner and Harness that can really score. And on the flip side, for Faith, we have Maya Layton, who is a big-time scorer. She's putting up almost 27 points a game. And as you alluded to earlier, I think another key is going to be the transition defense. Who can get back? Who can push the ball? Both teams do a little bit of pressing, a little bit of trapping. They extend it to three-quarters court, and I think transition defense is going to be a key.
And we have our players to watch. You mentioned 2 of the 3 already. Who do you got on your board?
A couple players to watch on Faith will be Maya Layton, big-time scorer, and then on Carroll, you have to watch Allie Harness, a junior Core Indian All-Star last year, a Western Michigan commit, and then Madison Wagner. You know, both those kids have scored north of 1,000 points in their career.
It's going to be a fun one. These teams have battled it out for many years, and nothing short of something to see here right before Thanksgiving holiday. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with some real great basketball action for you on a cool and crisp Monday night. It's the Faith Christian Eagles at Carroll Cougars on the IHSAA Sports Network.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome, upgrade today.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
As a healthcare facility, providing top-notch care should be your number one goal. However, patient experience and overall satisfaction should be a top priority as well. You see, in addition to your patients, you also have an obligation to the family and friends who attend appointments, sit for hours in waiting rooms, or spend days at your facility awaiting a loved one to be discharged. The last thing that they want or need to be concerned about is how or where to charge their cell phone, tablet, or smart device when trying to keep loved ones up to date. This is where JM Marketing comes in. Our fully customizable charging station allows you to promote your facility or patient portals while providing a courtesy to those who spend time in your facility. Our charging stations provide full speed, multi-device charging capabilities while utilizing energy-efficient technology. And the best part, they charge nearly 100% of devices. They fit anywhere and go everywhere. A simple yet practical way to enhance the overall experience you provide, and that is a reason for everyone to celebrate. For more information, contact sales at JM Marketing to get plugged in today.
On the campus of Carroll High School on a crisp fall evening on this November 20th of 2023. It's the Carroll Cougars playing host to the Faith Christian Eagles. Tonight's officials presented by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit Aaron's Flooring, FlooringLLC.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. Dean Martin, Dana McKenzie, and Chad Myers on the call this evening. And is there announcing everybody. We got our starters for the evening, presented by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here for the Eagles. Hannah Bolton, Maya Layton, Matea Maggio, Grayson Music, and Johanna Haste, Coach Layton's Eagles. And then for the Carroll Cougars, it's Jillian Saltz, Allie Harness, Madison Wagner, Lainey Johnson, and Michaela Tillman. And Bob, something that kind of sticks out in this one is the differential of the amount of players on each roster. Faith Christian, a lot more, I don't want to say depth, so to speak, but a lot more bodies for Coach Layton on that bench. And Carroll only running about, well, they only have 10 rostered, but only run about a seven deep rotation.
Yes, Carroll has a shorter rotation, but they've had all their girls for all their games. Faith is just now getting a couple girls back. So their starting lineup has not been consistent for their first 4 games. But, they're 2-2, 1-0 in the conference. And Carroll's already off to a 4-0 start with 2-0 in the conference.
One key member, and she's a sophomore this year, but one key member of the Eagles who we will not see tonight is the shooting guard, the 5'6" sophomore Trinity Wilburn. Tore her ACL, and she will not be participating tonight. One heck of a player. She's already holds an offer from Huntington and the Foresters in Huntington here in Indiana. But just a phenomenal presence that will be deeply missed. But hopefully she's on the quick path to return here for Coach Layton and the Eagles. Coach DJ Layton in her 7th season. And then on the other side from Carroll Cougars, Coach Brady Wiles in his 5th season.
One thing to keep an eye on for Faith Christian is in 4 games, they have a 38 assists and 69 turnovers. So ball protection is huge, whereas on the other side, you have Carroll. They have about a 1-to-1 assist to turnover. So I think we need to keep an eye on that.
Carroll comes into this one at 4-0, and Faith Christian 2-2. So 8 minutes on the clock, and we are underway here in Carroll. And that's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Eagles possession. So here's Layton. She'll dribble to the top of the key, pass it out. Early 3, and that didn't get anything, and that's going to go in the way of Carroll.
I'm sure not the shot they were looking for.
Well, Coach Layton said that Matea Maggio will shoot it from anywhere, and she did there, but the shooter will shoot, Bob. And scrum on the floor, bodies everywhere. And a timeout early. We'll take a wait.
You saw the diamond press that Coach Layton talked about earlier this week. it was not, full court, about 3/4 court. They broke it along the sideline and then did not handle the ball in the half court. So that'll be something to see if she moves that press a little bit longer to the baseline.
Tonight's game brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first as active members of the community. They know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Genda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and provide the care you need. For more information about the services Day and Genda Funeral Home offers, please visit dayandgenda.com. So here are the Eagles.
Well, they're in a box and one. They're in a box and one.
Back iron, no good. And a rebound, we have an early foul. It's over the back.
So if you notice on those first 2 possessions, they have somebody following Layton. The other 4 girls are in a box defense.
So the foul is on Johanna Hayes. That's her first. Down low, good look. But out off the bottom of the backboard by Lainey Johnson. We have another jump ball. So both teams active on the floor here early. And the possession stays with the Cougars.
Well, typically on the press, you look long sideline first and long diagonal, and they've broken the press both times looking long along the sideline.
Johnson all the way to the lane and gets it to fall. So Lainey Johnson puts the first 2 on the board, and it's the Cougars 2-0 over the Eagles here early. Maggio, Haste, back iron no good. Layton with the board. Maggio. Here's Music working the offense to Haste. To the key. Didn't see anything.
You can see this is new for Layton, as Harness is just moving with her on every move. Harness has no idea where the ball is, but her responsibility is Layton. Has nothing to do with the ball.
Maggio took a few too many steps there, so the turnover gives it back to the Cougars. Skip pass ahead to Johnson, stolen by Layton. Good anticipation by number 5. And she'll push into the corner and buries it. So Grayson Music on a nice look from Layton gives the Eagles a 3-2 lead on the triple. Johnson pulls up for 3. And didn't get anything, and that ball's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Eagles basketball.
Typically, high schoolers shoot better on the 3 ball on a catch and shoot rather than putting the ball on the floor. And that was an air ball off a dribble.
And Bob, something we noticed real early in this one is that neither of these teams are afraid to shoot it from distance. And off the foot of Haste, and it'll be Cougars basketball. Down low, good look, and couldn't finish. And now Haste will push. Music. Layton, off front iron, no good. Rebounded by Wagner. And throws that ball out of bounds. So Allie Harness and Madison Wagner, the 2 that we were supposed to say a lot of, really haven't heard much from yet.
So the last 2 possessions, they've broken the press with a long diagonal pass, and then the girl on the other side has been in place for a layup and missed it both times.
So here's Layton. Maggio, cross court to Haste, now back to Music. Maggio for 3. Nothing, but there's a foul somewhere, and let's see who this was against.
I don't know if that was a foul or a 3-second, but I don't know. Typically, you'd get the ball at the baseline.
Maybe a 3-second call, not sure, but we play on. So Harness will bring it over the forecourt. She'll control it. Out to the wing. Back to Harness. Saltz. And that ball was bothered. Harness does track it down. Crossover, kick out. Maggio got a hand on it. It goes out of bounds with good defense by the junior. Will stay with the Cougars.
Well, as of right now, Carroll is not moving the ball very well. It's a lot of dribbling.
So Harness will try to orchestrate the offense from the top again. Guarded by Haste. Into the lane, puts it up, no good. So Johanna Haste has a responsibility to guard Allie Harness. So far has done a good job. Cross court to Bolton. There's Maggio.
You know, both teams are dribbling a lot. There's not very many crisp cuts, and the ball movement has been stagnant at both sides. It's what they call it's just gotten sticky. The girls are holding on to the ball too long.
And we have a kick ball there off the foot of Wagner.
Let's see what they run outside line out of bounds. We just call that get the ball in.
So Layton now in the corner to Haste. Layton trying to post up. Kicks it out. That hits the bottom of the rim. And now Wagner will push up. Take it baseline with the right, and she'll knock it in. So the try and commit gets 2. And that gives Carroll the lead, 4-3. Haste for 3. She got it. So Johanna Haste buries a triple. And on 2 threes, it's 6-4, Faith Christian. Harness falls to the deck, takes Haste with her. And we got a jump ball.
So Wagner got to the basket very easily on that last possession. Harness is having difficulty getting the ball into the scoring area.
Well, something Coach Layton was very high on, and that ball falls.
That was replay.
And look at this. And here we go. Now we're back on track. I apologize, folks. I'm all over the place. So we're on target now, and it's Cougars basketball. I'm already starting to think about that. The tryptophan is getting to me, Bob. Oh, good block by Layton. Now she'll shoot for 3 and bury it. So Maya Layton got the block on the 3 by Wagner, came back, pull up 3, and drained it herself. 9-4.
That's one of the big shots in her repertoire is a pull-up 3 on transition.
And on 3 triples, more than doubles the lead, and couldn't finish by Harness. So Faith Christian out to a 9-4 advantage on 3 3-balls from the Eagles. And we're going to have a moving screen on Haste. That'll be her second.
She has been doing a very good job on Allie Harness at the other end.
But that's 2 quick fouls, Bob, and as the team's top defender, she's going to have to come out early.
Well, she might be the top defender, but she's already in her career past 1,400 points and averages about 13.5 a game.
So here's Wagner, now to Johnson. And that ball tipped away, but recovered by Saltz. And that ball knocked away again. Saltz recovers to Johnson. She takes baseline. Into the lane. Looking for Harness down the lane, finds her, and can't finish.
She's going to go to the basket.
Allie Harness having yet to score. Maggio for 3. Off the side of the iron, but rebound by the Eagles. And a turnover, so Harness. Wagner. Back to Harness. in the lane. Salts, top of the key, and she hits it. So good recognition by Allie Harness to kick it out to her teammate Salts, and she buries the perimeter jumper. It's 9-6.
They have tasked Harness with following Layton around the court.
Just under 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Good give and go basketball, and that's going to go the other way. Tonight's game brought to you by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet insulation, and more. Visit aaronflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote.
Looks like they're going to hold for one, but now you have Kayla Stillings, a sophomore, guarding Harness. But she does not have the length that the first defender had.
Now under 10. Harness trying to find some room with the left, kicks it out. Wagner into the lane, right-hand floater, got it. So Madison Wagner ends the quarter with a bucket and brings the Cougars within one. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Faith Hitchin Kriegels at the Carroll Cougars on the IHSAA Sports Network.
At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first.
Tonight's game brought to you by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. The coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities, by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. Alongside my broadcast partner Bob Meslin, I'm John Cupo, getting ready for the Thanksgiving holidays. And Bob, what'd you like to see in that first quarter?
I think both teams were a little nervous. Neither team got out and ran very well. Half-court defense was pretty stifling, and we had a handful of turnovers.
So we'll see if things can settle down for both sides in the second quarter. Madison Wagner.
Right now, Wagner is carrying Carroll.
She has 4 points. Carroll's 8. Here's Salts. Back iron no good, and that's going to go the other way.
I believe that was on Tillman over the back.
Mila Tillman, her first, team first. So the first foul on the Cougars.
So Faith has got out of their box and one. Now they're in a 1-3-1.
Maggio skip pass to Stillings. Bothered by Harness. Layton down low. In the corner.
You can't leave her.
Layton, front iron no good. And Tillman rebounds. Up ahead, Salts, right hand. Couldn't finish. And Maggio able to collect it. She'll push ahead, Layton. Double team. Will she get out of it? No. Knocked away by Wagner. Oh, now it's Salts, but good recovery defense by Hannah Bolton.
Both teams are getting the ball in tough spots to make passes from. And the sideline has become the best defender on the court in the first quarter and a half.
So here's Madison Wagner. She'll hand it off to Harness. Working the 1-2 game. Harness into the lane, kind of trips over. And that'll be a foul.
Let's see if they run something here for Wagner or Harness.
Harness underneath to Wagner. And that was stripped by Layton. So good hands by Maya Layton, the sophomore. She'll pop for three and in and out. Rebound by Vanderwall. I'm sorry, Tillman.
She really likes the three off transition.
Lainey Johnson down low to Salts. And did get fouled. Ella Bolton was a little bit too aggressive.
Now, Salt is a really good athlete. She started last year as a freshman. She's our leading rebounder, and she's a very, very good cross-country runner.
Calmly sinks to first. She's got 3.
Look at her physique. She just looks like a runner, doesn't she?
Coach Wiles is very high on the young sophomore. His most improved player, what he said over the offseason.
She's the only underclassman in their top 6.
Said she's stronger, more athletic coming into this year. So he's got 2 more years of her, which he's very happy about. It's going to be hard to replace both Harness and Wagner, but he's got a good one in Salts. Let us be the first to welcome you to the Fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offers super fast, reliable internet with gig, A-bit speeds, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at www.mintel.net. That's MINTEL.net, or call 765-296-2885 for more information.
Well, Carroll's kind of extended their defense up toward half court, and these double teams are really bothering Faith Christian.
So Lainey Johnson gets her 4th point of the evening, and it's 12-9. Carroll, steal, up ahead, Salts, blocked from behind. Rebounded by Tillman, and she puts it in. So a little bit of run here by the Cougars. Layton got some body. I think that's going to be on Salts.
So we talked about early, one of the keys of the game is transition. You notice the last couple of baskets, Carroll has gotten the ball out and run and converted.
So that'll send Maya Layton to the line.
Oh, they're going to change it. They're going to say she was not shooting.
Okay, so side out.
I'm sure Coach Layton is not pleased with that call.
So Layton will inbounds for 3. Back iron, no good. And, almost went back in. And that'll stay with the Eagles. Hayes back in the game. She'll inbound. 5:19 left here in the second quarter. Carroll on a 5-0 run. Start the quarter. Haste. Layton wide open for 3. Back iron, no good. But rebounded by Music. And Hayes took too many steps.
That's 2 or 3 times that's happened to Faith on a kick-out offensive rebound. They got to put the ball on the floor.
So Wagner, here's Harness, pull-up jumper, no good.
Poor young lady's really struggling tonight on the offensive end. She's handling the ball a lot and getting her teammates involved, but she just doesn't seem to be herself on the offensive end tonight.
So Haste, now she'll kick it over to Layton for 3. Off glass, didn't hit the rim.
Yeah, I think
Tillman.
I think Coach Wiles will live with that shot.
Down low, good pass to Wagner. And she traveled, though, when she caught it. So, Bob, right now, Madison Wagner does have the 4 points, but the 2 superstars seem to be a little out of sync with each other. And there's a steal by Lainey Johnson. Couldn't finish, but Wagner there to clean it up. So Madison Wagner leading all scorers with 6. And off the glass, Hannah Bolton. So all 12 Eagles points off of the 3 ball. Voted the #1 best venue in the Midwest, Willow Creek is conveniently located outside of Frankfort with easy access to Lafayette, Zionsville, Noblesville, and Carmel. Their 1800s historic rustic barn is situated on 8 acres, providing an all-natural, picturesque setting for the barn wedding you have always dreamt about. The barn at Willow Creek provides an unforgettable experience for you, your family, and friends. Schedule your tour today. To learn more, visit us online at thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Well, Carroll's just inviting Faith to dribble up the sideline into traps, and they're obliging.
Maya Layton controlling the offense. She'll kick it over to Haste. And smacked away by Lainey Johnson. We'll stay with the Eagles. 3:30 left here in the second quarter.
Both teams are struggling with their ball handling and passing tonight. It's been very interesting to watch how the girls are not being able to handle the pressure very well.
Haste into the lane, and that ball lost. And two-man game, Harness. And she's on the board. Here's Music over to Bolton.
There's that trap again.
Double team, and we got a jump ball. And that'll go possession Carroll. So Mallory O'Brien enters the contest and causes some commotion, and that's going to force a timeout with 3:03 left here in the second. We'll take a break. You're watching Faith Christian vs. Carroll on the ISC Sports Network.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
The campus at Carroll High School. It's the Cougars with an 18-12 advantage over the Faith Christian Eagles. In possession of the Cougars. It's under 3 minutes left here in the first half. Lainey Johnson, Allie Harness, all the way to the cup with the left. More collected on that one, Bob.
Yes. That was her best move of the night.
Here's Music double team and bothered, but for three, no good. And Wagner with the rebound. And a foul.
So Faith has to figure out a way to get the ball to the middle of this defense. Right now, they're getting trapped, free throw line extended on both sides of the court, and they're not able to complete the pass.
See Harness there, just a quick take into the lane and wasn't bothered and was able to finish with the left. So the lead balloons to 8 and make it 10 as Lainey Johnson now at 6. And that ball smacked away and a tussle for it, and this is going to stay with Faith Christian.
Yeah, Faith is throwing a lot of hope passes. You know, hope it gets there and hope you catch it, and hope it doesn't get intercepted.
So Izzy Scott makes her way onto the floor, the 5'6" senior. And she has control of it. She'll pass it over to Stillings. Pace now. Spins, but loses it in her footing and steps out of bounds, and another Eagles turnover.
So now they have Wagner chasing Layton. So they've had fresh bodies on her the first half. The two stars, Harness and Wagner, have traded the defensive assignment. Well, the referee missed the travel there.
Lainey Johnson throws it up with the left, no good. Hayes with the rebound. Just under 1:30 left here in the second quarter. bit more pressure here. There's Music for three, no good. Hayes with the rebound. She'll try a three, no good. Another offensive rebound. And that was a travel. So the lead at 10, coming up here on a minute left here in the first half. Cross-court pass, good anticipation by Scott. And another travel. So turnovers mounting up here for Faith Christian.
They just keep dribbling into traffic, which is not going to work for them.
And good anticipation by Layton. To the cup, and couldn't finish. Good recovery defense by Saltz. Bothered Layton. Harness. And she couldn't finish, but she'll go to the line on the foul by Scott.
You know, if we could take a look at that layup again by Layton, had she left the ball in her left hand, she had a clear shot to the basket, but she moved it over the right hand, and the girl from Carroll was able to block her shot. But
so Allie Harness looking for points 5 and 6. And she gets number 5.
you notice how much better flow Allie Harness has had since the young lady for Faith went out with the 2 fouls.
And this is a spot, Bob, where she can really build her confidence. Coming into this one, shooting 96% at the line. Oh, and the announcer jinx. That's on me. Good give-and-go basketball there. And good finish by Layton from Haste.
Very nice bounce pass.
Under 20. The lead is 9. Johnson just took it away from Scott and couldn't finish. So Izzy Scott had that basketball and Lainey Johnson just ripped it away from her. I was able to get to the rack and couldn't finish the basket, but will go to the line for 2 with 8.3 left here in this first half. Calmly sinks that one. So Lainey Johnson, leading scorer for both sides in this one with 7.
She only averages 6.5 points a game.
And it's the largest lead of the game at 11. Long 3. Back iron, no good. Questionable shot at about 4 seconds when that ball was released, so maybe could have got a little closer. Nonetheless, 25-14. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the halftime show. You're watching the Carroll Cougars versus the Faith Christian Eagles on the IHSAA Sports Network.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the IHSAA Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the IHSAA Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable!
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome back to Carroll High School, where the Cougars are hosting the Faith Christian Eagles. Alongside my broadcast partner, Bob Metzl, and mine, John Cupo. Our halftime show brought to you by Mintel Fiber Optic Services, powered by Mulberry Telecommunications. Now offering fiber internet, streaming TV, and telephone solutions to Flora, Bringhurst, and Cutler. Mulberry Telecommunications is a proud corporate sponsor of Carroll Athletics. And Bob, what started off as Faith Christian shooting the 3 ball quite efficiently. They kind of got away from them, and now we see 11-point advantage by Carroll. Started to get the turnovers down, and Carroll starting to play more of the game that we're used to seeing from both the 2 superstars, Madison Wagner and Allie Harness.
I think the biggest difference in the game is Carroll finally got the ball inside. Whether it was in their half court or in their transition, they shot a lot of layups in the first half. They got some points in transition, and their press and their traps really bothered Faith Christian. From Faith's standpoint, Carroll had two fresh bodies with Wagner and Harness to be able to chase Layton in the first half. I think the box and one limited Layton, and her teammates didn't do a good job of finding her, and turnovers really bothered them. They got the ball in some very tough spots to make a play, and they got trapped on the sideline. So essentially in the first half, Carroll had 6 defenders out there because they used the sideline as their 6th defender on most of the possessions.
Now we have a video from Mulberry Communications and the Mintel Fiber Optic Fiber services that they offer in the rural communities.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. Access to broadband internet could be the difference between providing an education and leaving new generations behind.
Living in rural America, the biggest obstacle was that we were trying to find a comprehensive approach to address the complexities of my son's autism. I mean, we needed people that could break down the complex issues that we were experiencing, that I understood what I needed to do, that by having high-speed internet, we were able to get the resources and the education we needed.
Mulberry has recognized that there is a need in our community for broadband internet. This has been something that we have been focusing on for the last 10 years. The needs that are all around us with jobs and schools and medicine and many layers of needs that are out there now. But it's not just that, it's the bandwidth required for those needs. You think about any normal residential family and look at what they're doing on a daily basis. It changes a lot, but the bandwidth requirements seem to be that consistent element of this. But also even more than that, we're starting to expand into the CLEC portion, which is the non-traditional boundaries that we have. And so for us, it's a natural transition because of our aggressive stance with fiber and where we hope to go even in the future. So it's enabled us to be in that place where as we build out these networks, we're seeing the needs of today, but we're also doing it and recognizing the needs of tomorrow and trying to build out that way.
Fiber optic technology can enhance a community's way of life and provide new opportunities never before available. Luckily, local organizations are working together to solve the problems that major telecom providers have ignored.
Being able to deploy new technologies like fiber optic internet, for example, I think is imperative. And during the pandemic, we've kind of seen that. Everybody, regardless of the location, needs to be able to work, attend school, even consult with doctors completely remotely. And that's something nobody could have predicted 2 years ago. So having access, regardless of location, is, well, necessary to be able to handle challenges like we're facing now in the future.
Getting access to make things beneficial for our customers. That's the key. That's the name of the game, is how can we get connected to even those furthest reaches that are out there. We started from the outside and started to work in. So a lot of our rural customers, as we built out our fiber network, they received the benefit first. And as we start to look at our future and how we're forecasting what's next for us, and we want to be able to go into these areas that we recognize a need for and go in and do what we do best, which is serve them with broadband internet. And being able to allow that rural customer the privilege to be on that network, and that's what motivates us.
Well, originally when we were with the slower internet, it was always frustrating because we couldn't communicate well with one another. A lot of the teaching and a lot of how they're training me about nutrition or about other things that I need to do within my home, the internet connection was slow or what I was saying was getting all muffled, then that's very frustrating. Definitely with high-speed internet, everything was just perfect. We were able to communicate back and forth as far as what was going on in the videos that I was sending to them, and so that was huge. huge. I was able to really communicate, and that's what's necessary.
Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology for over 100 years. Their mission is to provide an essential infrastructure for their community and beyond.
We have lived in this house for 15 years, and it's in a rural area, and we were having terrible internet service, and that was very frustrating because I wanted to be able to run my business. I wanted to be able to also communicate with a clinic that was in Philadelphia. So there was goals that I wanted to achieve, and those goals were not going to be achieved without high-speed internet. So we approached Mulberry, and we told them what our needs were, and they met those needs. They went above and beyond, and the service has been perfect.
I grew up in a rural community myself, so I understand the pain of not having any access to broadband whatsoever. So I love that every day we get to solve those challenges for everybody. Also, honestly, I just like the challenge and love the learning opportunities that come with it. This career field is so broad and vast that I feel like I could go for another 40 years and not fully master every part of it, and I think that's awesome.
Mulberry is a cooperative built and managed by local community members with the mission to provide equal opportunity and state-of-the-art technology to Americans in rural communities. Mulberry strives to provide outstanding customer service and enhance their customers' way of life.
When I started at Mulberry 5 years ago, we were using less than a sixth of our current internet traffic today. Now, after the pandemic, we've seen customers use their internet at all times throughout the day. So we're really focused on reliability, redundancy, and scalability looking into the future.
With the world that's really shaking a lot around us, we can be that stable force. We can be that connection point to get them to whatever they need to do, no matter if it's very high and of importance or if it's very low and it's just something to do for fun. As a telecommunications provider, we want to be that connection point to our customers. Our mission at Mulberry is to serve the rural community. It has been that way for 100 years and will continue to be that.
To learn more, contact us today.
You have been watching the Mintel Fiber Optic Services halftime show powered by Mulberry Telecommunications, providing you with the best gig in town. 25-14 is the lead for the Carroll Cougars over the Faith Christian Eagles on a very crisp and cool, typical fall Monday evening here in late November, the week of Thanksgiving. And Bob, it's as I kind of mentioned going into the halftime show, is that Faith Christian came out guns a-blazing, shooting the three ball well, but then turnovers and just costly mistakes and really not moving the basketball around kind of put them in harm's way, and Carroll started to turn things around. It was Allie Harness and Madison Wagner finally kind of getting their games going, and that's why we see an 11-point lead for the Cougars.
You know, I think one of the key points of the first half was when Joanna Hayes picked up her second foul. She was doing a wonderful job on Allie Harness. And once she went out of the game, Allie was able to move a lot better. They put sophomore Kaya Stillings on her, but it was not the same presence that Joanna Hayes had. And so I think that's when the game, which was about even, started lean a little bit in Carroll's way. Wagner carried him up to that point. Layton has not had a lot of good looks.
And Maya Layton, the leading scorer for the Eagles, 5 points. But it's been the triple-headed monster for the Cougars, and much as we expected, it's Madison Wagner and Allie Harness both with 6. But Lainey Johnson coming off a torn ACL from last year, and I know Coach Wiles was very happy to get a third scoring threat back for them, and she leads all scorers with 8.
Well, we'll have to see what adjustments Coach Layton makes to get the ball to Maya.
Well, Johnson now down to Harness. Hayes back on her, and Harness will fire a 3 and comes up way short. Layton with the rebound. Kicks it over in the corner, and 3-ball good.
You can tell how well Coach Faith Christian is. They always have a girl spotted up in the corner on transition.
So Grayson Musek sings her second triple, cuts the lead to 8. Three ball, Wagner, no good. And rebound Layton. Cross court to Haste. Tries to work baseline, cut off by Harness. Maggio, no good. And Saltz with the rebound. Wagner ahead to Johnson. A lot of body there in the charge. So that'll go against Lainey Johnson. That's her first.
Nice job of Maggio getting her feet set under the basket. In college, that might have been a block. No circle in high school.
A little miscommunication there, but Music able to come up with it. She's got to hurry. Gets it over the timeline. Layton, cross court to Maggio. Top of the key now to Music. Haste. Underneath, couldn't finish. Rebound Johnson. Here's Harness now.
Look at the difference with Haste on this young lady.
Harness into the lane, drops it down low. And going up, and Jamila Tillman will go with a free throw stripe.
In coaching, we would call that an anticipation call. I don't think the young lady was fouled, but the referee was behind and said, hey, she's probably going to get fouled.
It does look like she got a lot of ball on that, but the referee saw different, so Tillman will go to the line and hit front iron on the first.
In the backyard, that's a ball don't lie, right?
And front iron second. Tonight's game brought to you by Dave and Genda Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Genda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and provide the care you need. For more information about the services Day and Genda Funeral Home offers, please visit dayandgenda.com. And a timeout taken by Coach Wiles and Carroll. And we'll take a timeout too. You're watching the Cougars versus the Eagles on the IHSAA Sports Network.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Tonight's game brought to you by JM Marketing. Imagine your informational message being displayed in full color on charging stations in a public setting with a continuous flow of traffic. Our charging stations have the advertising impact of a highway billboard at a fraction of the cost. Deliver your message to a captive audience that is relaxed, receptive, and ready to respond. For more information, visit jmmartingroup.com and get plugged in today. And Wagner goes up. She was able to get a bucket there and got fouled.
I believe Wagner's had a very good ball game.
She's got 8, now looking for points 9 and 10. And hits front iron there. Shoots it at a 75% clip. And splits the pair. So Madison Wagner leads all scorers with 9. The lead is 11. This is the largest set it's been so far in the contest. And long three. Long rebound by Harness. And that ball taken away. Haste up front to Layton. And off her leg, and that's turnover.
Layton, unfortunately, is becoming a little frustrated. She's not had clean looks. and they are focusing on her. And she's a youngster. This will help her. But right now, she's a bit frustrated.
Long pass. And Wagner and Haste with good anticipation with the right hand and able to finish.
They're a different ball club with Haste in there.
So Johanna Haste with 5. Freshman playing good basketball this evening. 3 ball. Got it. Emily Justice comes off the bench and hits a triple, forcing a timeout. The lead is 12. We'll stay here.
So when Carroll brings people off the bench, they bring O'Brien and Justice, a senior and a junior. When Faith goes to the bench, they bring a sophomore and a freshman. And they have a junior and a senior that don't play very much. But we go back to the beginning about the youth versus experience, and I think some of the experience of Carroll is starting to show.
Well, Bob, you mentioned, Johanna Haste, and we in the keys to victory, and again, just looking at the rosters up and down, is Faith Christian a very youthful team? Coach DJ Layton has a lot to work with the next couple years, very much building. You are without the contributions to Trinity Wilburn, who is a sophomore this year, getting an offer from Huntington and the Forsters, and she's going to be a force next year. I know she's healing nicely, and Maya Layton, who's already got offers at the D1 level, Indiana State, Toledo, Purdue, Fort Wayne, Eastern Illinois, and she's only a sophomore. And Johanna Haste, the freshman, who's playing great defense against a Western Michigan commit. So a lot of things to look forward to, just not able to wrap it around right now early in this season. Here is Haste for 3. Front iron no good. Wagner rebounds. Up ahead. Justice blocked by Layton. Swing it around. Maggio. Ooh, in and out. Saltz and Bolton got their hands on it. That's going to stay with the Eagles.
It seems like on Faith, every young lady has the green light to shoot the 3. No matter if you're open, almost open, or guarded, you have the green light to shoot the 3.
Well, from what we know is Coach Layton at her time at Bradley wasn't afraid to shoot it either. She's instilled that shooting mentality in her young athletes, and Maggio is one of those.
Faith is doing a good job of getting second, third shots. They just can't convert here on the offensive end.
You see number 11, Victoria Vanderwall, has come in for the Eagles. There's Harness. Takes a long 3. Back iron no good. And Maggio gets the rebound.
That was one of those shots I haven't shot for a while, Coach, so I'm going to fire.
There's Haste. Bolton. Got it. So Hannah Bolton with her second triple. The lead is 9. Lainey Johnson. Justice. Long. Wagner, though, with the rebound backside. And Lainey Johnson will set up the offense. Down low, give and go basketball, but bothered by Bolton. Up ahead. Maggio splits the defense, but off her foot and picked up by O'Brien. Wagner to Johnson. Right hand, no good. Layton with the rebound. Pace is picked up. Layton, pop 3. In and out. And off of Bolton. So Cougars basketball.
That's one of Layton's favorite shots, is a pull-up 3 on transition. But the young lady's averaging almost 27 points a game, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and almost 6 steals a game.
And Bob, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Maya Layton has come off the floor the entire game.
I don't think she nor Allie Harnett. I think several of the kids for both teams have not come off.
Here's Harness. Harness back with it. Working against Maggio. Here's Justice. Left, good dish underneath and good finish. So Allie Harness not having to score, but finding her teammate Jamila Tillman for 2, and Tillman's got 4. So the lead back to 11. Layton got into the lane and she got fouled.
Very patient there. Brought the ball back out and got to the basket. Maybe she can get a couple free throws to drop for her to get herself going here in the second half. But they have done a good job of focusing on not allowing her to get a lot of open looks.
Averaging close to 27 a contest. And she misses the back iron on that one. This hasn't been her night.
Yeah, she shoots about 81% from the line. See if she can get the second one.
Can't get either one to fall. Download Tillman again, and couldn't finish that one on a great look from Harness.
Well, Faith continues to play behind the post, and Carroll's doing a nice job getting the ball inside.
And Bolton had it, lost it. Tillman came up with it. Not sure if the call was there.
Jump ball.
Okay.
Possession arrow goes to Carroll.
So coming up on a minute 15 here in the third quarter. Cougars holding an 11-point lead. Wagner thought about it, still thinking about it. Down low, salts and finishes. So patience there from Wagner. Waited for her sophomore teammate to come down the lane. She got a bird in the air, was able to finish. So Jillian Saltz looking for her 6th point.
Yeah, it's tough when you get basket cut like that. You're going to be open, and the girl converted the three-point play. Nice cut, nice pass, and not very good defense.
So the lead is as large as it's been, 14. Just over a minute left here in the third. Layton tries to split the defense. Goes baseline. Cuts it out to Bolton for 3. Back iron no good. Rebounded by Stillings. Back to Layton. And to Bolton. Kicks it out. Music. Couldn't get it. Back iron. Rebounded by Saltz. Pushes ahead. Tillman wasn't ready for it. And when she got it, Coach Wiles wanted a timeout. We'll take one, too. It's Carroll 36, Faith Christian 22 on the ISC Sports Network.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology, and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
The lead is 14 in favor of the Carroll Cougars on the campus of Carroll High School.
Well, let's see what Coach Wiles has drawn up here. Is he going to go for a quick 2 on the out of bounds? He's got less than 25 seconds to go, or do you think he holds for one shot? What do you got?
I don't think Coach Wiles is one to be conservative about much. He may go 2 for 1 here. I know there's no shot clock, but you can always be optimistic. 20 seconds now. Here's Harness.
I think Harness is going to drive and kick. That's my guess.
Working against Maggio. And she'll go with 10 left on the clock. But good defense by Stillings. She'll pop for three. Front iron, no good. Stillings now, can they get a shot off? No. And that'll do it. So at the end of the fourth, 36-22. We'll take a break. We'll have 8 more minutes of basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first.
Still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me? Champions of Marion County. Unbelievable. Touchdown. Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. So that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby. Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
We've got 8 minutes of basketball left here on a crisp Monday night, the week of Thanksgiving. 36-22, the Carroll Cougars over the Faith Christian Eagles. Alongside my broadcast partner, Bob Meslam, I'm John Cupo. And Bob, I mean, if we're going to get anywhere close, if Faith Christian has a chance, got to limit the turnovers here. They've been throwing the ball around the court. Just haven't been able to really make any consistent progression and getting continuous possessions of points throughout this entire contest. Hayes front iron three, no good. I'll stay with the Eagles.
This zone has really bothered Faith Christian. Carroll has invited him to shoot from the three. They've obliged, and their percentage is not very good.
Here are the Eagles. Layton into the lane, floating runner, no good. Rebound by Saltz.
Wagner's had an excellent ball game.
Turns, right hand, got it.
That was the old Charles Barkley move. You just kind of post up, go right, go left, and then finish.
And Wagner in double digits with 11. Haste into the lane. Layton tries to split the defense, can't do it. And there's a foul on the play. Be on Jillian Saltz. So after this one, the Cougars will celebrate their Thanksgiving and head out to Northridge to face the Raiders on Saturday. And the Eagles have to wait a little bit longer. They'll go out to North Montgomery next Tuesday to face the Charging Chargers. Layton a little slow to get up there. She's been working hard today, just hasn't been her night, the young sophomore. So the lead at 16. Harness, pull up three. No good. Lainey Johnson rebound, and she got it. So Lainey Johnson now in double digits with 10.
I'd be curious to see a shot chart on where their buckets are coming from. Most of them are inside.
Johnson in the passing lane, kicks it to Wagner for three, no good. Saltz there, gets a rebound, couldn't finish the three-point play, but she'll go to the line.
Saltz has had a very good game, especially on the backboard. She's rangy, she plays good defense, and she gets up and down the court very well. Her and Madison Wagner have been very good for for Carroll tonight.
Saltz sinks the first. She's got 7. This could become a 20-point advantage if she sinks this free throw. Sure to join us tomorrow night here on the ISC Sports Network for some more girls basketball. It's Rossville versus Clinton Prairie. And couldn't finish that one. So Maggio Just a swarm of a double team there from Wagner and Harness. And that's going to go against Harness, so it'll be side out for the Eagles. And then Wednesday of Clinton Prairie, but on the boys' side, as they travel to Frankfort to take on the Hot Dogs. Watch both of those right here on the ISC Sports Network. And good finish. Hannah Bolton. She's had a nice night.
Nice cut, nice pass, and nice finish.
And can't finish a three-point play, but she's got 8. And the last win against Frontier in a 30-point drubbing of the Falcons. Hannah Bolton only had 2, but has a nice 8 in this one this evening. 6:04 left. O'Brien, no good. Tips it around. Maggio collects it. Ardente Dental offers high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or have been with us for years, we're here to serve you. Give us a call at 765-654-7222 or visit us online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. And Layton just trying anything in her power to get something to fall, and there is a lid on that rim for her tonight.
But you know what? She's about, 21, 22 points under her average, and that makes it hard when she scores that many points for your team, and she's not been able to get the ball in the basket.
Well, Bob, she's taken very few uncontested shots. She's had hands in her face, trying to drive the lane. She's been bothered on her drives.
Yeah, they focus most of the entire defense on her.
And she has struggled.
She's going to see that a lot this year.
She will. And deservedly so. She's a heck of a ball player.
She's only a sophomore, and she continues to battle. She's very good at finding her open teammates. Unfortunately, they've not been able to knock down any shots.
She's going to grow this year. Can be even better. Wagner for 3 and in and out. But Saltz with another rebound. Kicks it over. Johnson for 3. And that one's in and out. So the Carroll Rim's not friendly to their own Cougars.
Let's see if Layton can get one down here.
Burr, back iron, no good. And team rebound. Saltz and Wagner. Johnson, nice Euro step. Puts it in with the left. So Lainey Johnson leads all scorers with 12. That's going to stay with the Eagles. Good poke away by Tillman into the hands of Harness, who's been very quiet this evening, but it's been the others of the Cougars who've stepped up in this one. Wagner up and under, good footwork, but couldn't finish. There's Justice to clean up the garbage. And she's got 5. So Emily Justice, the junior. And Layton to the rim. Couldn't finish, but she'll go to the line.
Yeah, I think the game turned in the first half, like I said earlier, when Hayes got a little bit of foul trouble. But if you notice, Carroll hadn't shot a lot of threes. Most of their points have been inside the paint, a two-point variety, whereas Faith has shot a lot of threes, and unfortunately for them, they have not gone down.
And, Bob, that is Maya Layton's first point since the first quarter. back iron, so she's at 6. The lead is 20. Wagner, coast to coast, and she did it on her own.
She's had a really good ball game.
So Madison Wagner now at 13. And Layton just can't turn the corner anywhere. And some frustration now on the Eagles. We want to thank our friends at Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where they want you to know recovery is possible. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, reach out to Healthy Communities at 659-6063 or at www.healthyclintoncounty.org.
Well, give Faith Christian a lot of credit. They're still battling. They double-teamed hard, so they couldn't get in the ball. Layton got a steal on inbounds, and she's got a couple free throws here.
And just not the night for the young sophomore.
You know, coming into the game, she was shooting 32% from 3, 81% from the free throw line, and 53% from 2-point. And those averages will take a little bit of a hit tonight, but the young lady has just battled.
And just can't connect on that one, so she's stuck at 6 points. Well below her season average. Had 25 in the win against Frontier. And sometimes, Bob, it's just not there. You're going to have an off night. All the superstars in the NBA, the WNBA, in college, both women's and men's, you just have an off night.
Like sometimes in the booth here we have an off night.
Never. Never in the booth. Never out here on the floor. We're always on, 100% all the time. That's my facetiousness coming through. And with 2:40 left here, want to thank our hard-working ISC crew tonight. Always doing a fabulous job. I want to wish them a very happy Thanksgiving to everybody, even if they're not on the call. There's a 3-ball. That's her first 3 for Allie Harness. 9 points for her.
Wagner.
Correction. It was Madison Wagner, which is still her first 3-ball. So give her 16. But the foul there will send Maya Layton back to the line. Lead is 25. 2:16 left here. Bob Messlem, John Cupo here with you this week of Thanksgiving. Layton now with 7. Young sophomore hasn't hit a field goal since the first quarter, getting all her points now and the free throw stripe. She's still been aggressive, which you like to see. Hasn't been flustered, still going to the rack strong. Bright future for number 5. Still playing hard here with 2:11 left, down by 23. But it's been too much from Madison Wagner, Allie Harness. Lainey Johnson has 12.
Looks like Coach Wiles has emptied the bench here.
Tipped away, but still in possession of the Cougars. Harness down low. And Michaela Tillman on the board. So not a lot of youth for Coach Brady Wiles, but the sophomore, Michaela Tillman, gets on the board. And a travel.
Well, he's emptied the bench except his 2 stars, Harness and Wagner, are still in there.
Wagner, pump fake to the lane, couldn't finish it. Here's Victoria Vanderwall. Now over to Stillings. Here's Haste. Number 31's got a bright future ahead of her, too. Good take there from Bolton. She's had a nice game. And a travel on Layton. So Jillian Saltz, who's also had a nice ball game, 7 points. Above her average. She came in 4.8 on the young season. There's a steal by Vanderwall. And some contact there. That'll go against Lainey Johnson. Just over a minute left here in the fourth quarter.
So I don't know if our viewers are aware, but the high school this year has gone to the college rule on fouls. So 5 fouls per quarter, the team will shoot 2 free throws, and it resets every quarter. Used to be 7, then you got into the 1-and-1, but now after 5 fouls, you shoot 2.
So Stillings can't connect on the first.
I'm not sure if that helps the good or the bad free throw shooting teams.
I guess it makes you kind of be more conscious of your fouls. And can't finish the second, but Stillings comes with another scrum on the floor. And it's picked up by the Cougars. Up ahead to Johnson. So dribble down low. And that ball will go out of bounds. And it'll go to the Eagles. So just under a minute left here in the fourth quarter. The lead is 25. Bolton, floater, no good. Side of the backboard, gets a rebound. Lainey Johnson, Layton tie up for it. Johnson got it. And I guess that was off Joanna Haste. So it'll be Cougars basketball, 30.5 left on the clock. The lead is 25. Johnson in the backcourt. And stripped by Layton. And she'll finish. And she goes down. Do not want to see that with only 21 ticks left on the clock.
I think she came down kind of awkward.
You can just hope that that's a cramp. She's been out there the entire ball game, been working hard from the opening tip. So Faith Christian will move to 2 and 3.
You don't want to speculate, but it looks like she might have come down that ankle a little awkwardly.
You can hear the cheers in the background, so she is up, which is a good sign. And she's very gingerly walking off. Coach DJ Layton helping her young superstar off the court. And a commendable effort by number 5 this evening. Wasn't her night, but she will rebound from this. And number 5 will be back at it sooner than you think. Now 15 left on the clock, and Harness may just dribble this out. She'll pass it over to Johnson. And it'll be a turnover. So with 5.5 left, the lead is 23. And that'll do it. The Carroll Cougars 52 and the Faith Christian Eagles 29. Bob, your thoughts?
Well, I think we talked about earlier youth versus experience. I think the experience checked that one off for Carroll. The star power, Wagner really showed up. I don't think Harness had her best game. For Faith, Layton, they had a lot of focus and attention on her, and I think she struggled a bit. And then in the transition defense, Carroll got some very easy looks, and they got looks out of the traps, and they got looks inside. Faith Christian was content to shoot threes all night, and unfortunately, a lot of them didn't fall. Carroll decided to go inside, and they got second shots and some third shots, and those layups are a little easier to convert.
Bob, in a game that was controlled by Carroll basically from the opening tip, even though it was Carroll's night, the play of the game did belong to Faith Christian's superstar, Maya Layton. It's the Healthy Communities of Clinton City play of the game, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And it was a block at the other end at the three-point line, and she came back down and buried the triple on a pull-up J.
And it could have been a 4-point play. You know, she almost got fouled.
But we have our JM Marketing Group player of the game, and it goes to one of the two superstars on the Carroll side, and that one belongs to number 5, Madison Wagner.
Well deserved. I think she carried the ball club in the first half, rebounded, played defense, and she scored some points. I think on the night she had 16 points, was probably the leading scorer in the ball game. But you know, I think that the experience was the key, and Harness and Wagner had a lot more help than Layton did.
Tonight's game was brought to you by Day & Genda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Mulberry Telecommunications and their Mintel Fiber Optic Services, offering the best gig in town. From a broadcast partner, Bob Meslam, and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, I'm John Cupo and wish you all a very happy and safe upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. Our final from Carroll, the Cougars 52 and the Eagles 29. Have a great evening, everyone.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to